The aftermath of an atrocity at the Terrain Hotel, where foreign aid workers in the South Sudan capital Juba thought they were safe. The wreckage of property is testament to looting. The bloodstains on the stairs and the walls, evidence of beating, shooting, torture and rape. Up to 100 government soldiers rampaged through the compound, shooting at the terrified humanitarian workers and killing a local journalist from a rival ethnic group.
The soldier who just recently was just pointing a gun at John fired 2 shots immediately to his head. And as soon as those shots got fired to his head, he dropped to the ground, and 4 more shots were fired towards his body. I thought we were going to be next, to be honest. You just saw one of the people get shot and basically, genocide right in front of your face.
The soldiers then picked off the female aid workers. One of the women spoke to me anonymously about her ordeal.
I was beaten with AK-47s for about, I don't know, it seemed to go on forever. It really did seem to go on forever. But, and I mean, he was at the same time really aggressively trying to rape me and screaming, open your legs, and repeatedly beating me. And then after a while, a second soldier came into the room and was like, open your legs and do what he says. And, I wouldn't budge. And that soldier then put a gun right next to my left temple and shot it into the floor.
She was rescued by other soldiers, but they came too late for at least 5 women.
Soldiers basically picked them out and took them off to the side and forced them to have sex under the threat of death, and said in some cases if they didn't, then they would have to have sex with all the other soldiers. In some of the cases that were described to me, more than one soldier raped a woman. In one case, it could have been more than 15 men who raped her.
Last month, President Salva Kiir in the hat and his deputy Riek Machar held a press conference, cut short by gunfire. The peace accord between them had broken down. Their respective forces attacked each other and civilians. It was 3 days later that a group of the Tigers, the Presidential Guard, attacked the Terrain Hotel.
There have been allegations and reports of various cases of sexual assault. This is a very serious matter. We have already begun an initial investigation, and we are reviewing medical reports and intend to prosecute those who will be found involved in this crime.
UN peacekeepers known as UNMISS also came under fire, and 2 Chinese peacekeepers were killed. They have a mandate to protect aid workers and receive desperate cries for help. But although the Terrain Hotel is less than a mile from the UN compound, they did nothing.
We have called on the national authorities to investigate the incident thoroughly and to bring the perpetrators to justice. Meanwhile, the UN mission, UNMISS, is also currently investigating the circumstances, including our own response to the incident.
South Sudan gained independence 5 years ago amidst much celebration. Since then, the country has descended into civil war. Thousands of South Sudanese women have been raped by government and rebel soldiers. Any hope for South Sudan must surely now have died at the gates of the Terrain Hotel.